My unmatched perspicacity, coupled with my sheer indefatigability, make me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. I am Invictus, unconquerable. And the more I hone in on and understand what direction I want to take my life in, the more that realm matters, that the more that realm of human endeavor is going to come into factor. Meaning, right now, I'm mainly focused on marketing, sales, consultation. Whenever it does become more narrow than that, then the people in that narrower space should quake. The the older I get, the more seasoned I get, the more I understand exactly what it is that I want to do and who and the path that exactly that leads to where I'm trying to go, the more fear should be struck into the hearts of the people in that space because my perspicacity is unmatched. The level of attention to detail that I pay within my craft is unmatched, and I don't get tired. I'm excited every single time I get the opportunity to do what I do. I'm excited as if it's the first time. And so, with those two things, any space I choose to go into, fear me. And I believe if you guys can take that mentality, that approach into everything that you touch, the idea of just those two things, that I will pay attention and whatever it is that I do understand, I will note. Whatever it is I don't understand, I will note. Meaning, if you get an epiphany, a good idea, a great understanding, you'll want to capture that moment in time. And if you have a question, you want to capture that moment in time. Then when you get that question answered, you'll want to capture that too. And that's how you can begin to expand yourself, expand your capacity. But right now, this is the approach that I'm taking within myself when it comes to the schooling, right? The business studies that I'm taking right now. It is a complete and total application of self, without any hesitation, not pulling any punches at all. I think that is ultimately the best summation of my approach to life at the moment. I'm not pulling any punches. If I see an opening, I'm swinging. I miss. Sometimes I have some of the most spectacular misses, but when it lands, my boy, when I just because it's not really the ones. It's just Conor McGregor said it's just 4 pound gloves, and it's not necessarily the deception of power. You're not really looking for power. You're just looking for a clean opening. When you see that clean opening, even if you just get a touch, they say it's not the ones that you see that knock you out, regardless of how powerful they are, because you're prepared. It's the ones you don't see. When you swing, and you can't see what's going on here, and it comes up here, touches you, that's the one that gets you. And so that right there, that on the chin, that's what you're looking to get life with. You're looking to get life with that, which is you are prepared, life swinging, staying in the cut, you're ducking, diving, you're under pressure, you feel that you're not moving forward, but that's okay. Sometimes you got to take 2 steps. There was this fantastic quote that I had. It is definitely in one of my videos, in which I say, it's in a few shorts as well, which is something to the effect of, I used to not want to, I used to be afraid of, something to that effect, of taking 2 steps back until I realized that it was a part of the dance. Meaning sometimes it's 1, 2, cha cha cha, 3, 4, cha cha. You get what I'm trying to say? And sometimes just because you're not the one pressing forward doesn't mean you're not winning the fight. Sometimes you could be moving backwards, staying on your toes, staying on your toes. This guy swings, and you catch him, and that's game over. And so from their camp, they feel that, oh, we're moving forward, we're doing well, touched, match over, game over. And so you are not looking for the perception of power. You're not looking for false power. We can talk about power briefly in terms of power is not the subjugation of the weak. Power is the ability to get the powerful to see your vision and to join you in the execution. I'll say furthermore, and to join you in the execution of your vision. That's true power. And so power is not always moving forward rapidly. You know, we can take it and bring it here, right? To me, make it personal. In terms of my business, I'm not moving forward rapidly at the moment. I'm not very aggressively going for clientele, this, that, and the third. And the reason for that is now we are having this incredibly hectic schedule. And speaking of, it's also realizing that when the schedule is this hectic, you're not always going to be the perfect businessman and the perfect personal brand influencer or whatever. I don't even like the whatever. It's you're not always going to be the perfect businessman, perfect brand influencer, the perfect student, the perfect friend, the perfect son, the perfect. You're not going to be perfect at all these things all at the same time, and so you're going to have to make trade-offs. For example, now I'm jotting down, taking down notes, or I was, and then after that, I went to go do some chores in the house, and after I got done with that, I'm here, I'm recording. Now, this is all time that could be going in. Like the time I spent taking the notes, I could have spent in the kitchen. The time I spent in the kitchen, I could have spent recording. Do you see what I'm trying to say? They are trade offs that you make. And realizing that you're not going to be perfect kind of alleviates the pressure of wanting to be perfect. And realizing that I'm going away this weekend, right? It's my aunt's 40th birthday party. I'm going to go somewhere. We're going to have some fun. If you had asked me last year, would I do that? I would have said no. If you ask me now, hey, we're going away this weekend, are you coming? I would say no. And the entire time leading up to the thing, I'm gonna say, why am I doing this? When I paid for the thing, I was like, why did I agree to this? And then when I'm there, I'm gonna be living in that moment. And in that moment, I'm going to be appreciative and remember all the love and remember how much love I have for my family and remember that these are the days that never die. These are the nights that never die. And this is a very important part of life too. However, I wouldn't be who I am and I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing and doing it as rapidly as I'm doing it. Although rapid progress isn't everything, it is a byproduct of momentum that is a byproduct of consistency. And so in that way, we are moving through things rapidly. We're doing this, we're doing that. And we wouldn't be doing that if we didn't think the way that we thought in terms of what we're actually doing, how we're applying ourselves, and not wanting any distractions, not wanting to step away from it at any moment in time. But when you do step away from it, it is very important to immerse yourself in that moment. Otherwise, then it is a wasted moment. If you're going to be spending that moment thinking about what you could be doing instead, then why are you even there? Meaning, right now, I'm saying, man, I'm not really not I'm not looking forward to it, but it isn't top of mind for me. Like literally, my mother mentioned it quite recently in the kitchen today, and she was like, "Hey, that thing's this weekend." I'm like, "Bro, that's what you're thinking. That's the last thing on my mind. I got deadlines." You know what I'm saying? I got deadlines. I have payroll to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got school, business, like my social media is out of like things. I need to keep loading the clips so that I can keep the momentum going, so that I can you know what I'm saying? Like we have a lot of stuff going on, but that's what begets the massive success that we're creating. It is this journey. It is that much stress and those many stressors coming all together. Um, I'll go to. They say more money, more problems. I say more problems, more money. I think they have it backwards. I think the more problems, or more accurately, the bigger the problem is that you solve, the more stress that you take on yourself, the more responsibility you take to make sure other people's lives go smoothly on yourself, the more you'll be rewarded for it. That's sincerely my belief, and that's the philosophy that I'm applying to life. And you can ask anyone who knows me right now, and they'll tell you that exact thing, which is I truly sincerely believe that it is in that application of self that you are constantly campaigning for you. You're constantly creating a brand. You're constantly creating associations with yourself. Constantly. Anytime you're out, anytime you speak, anytime you do, you act, you are creating those associations with yourself. That, oh, this is this type of person. Oh, he does this. If I want this, I go to him. If I want that, you know what I'm saying? And you'll find people coming to you with problems that you literally have nothing to do with, but in their mind they're like, if I go to this guy, he'll solve this problem for me. He'll figure this out for me. You get what I'm trying to say? And when people come to you with that, it will begin as this little thing I have to do with my project, this little that, like I need a customer for this, I need a connection who knows how to do that. It will start with those little things, and there will be no price point attached to it, and the only reward will be in the doing. And if you don't enjoy doing it, then I strongly suggest you don't do it. If you're going to be doing it and then have your hand out afterwards, like, well, I did the thing for you, a little bit of palm scratch would be. If you're going to be that person, then don't do it to begin with, because now you're getting on my nerves for doing, you know what I'm saying? You did stuff. Yes, I did ask you to do it for me. However, I didn't do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I did it because I thought you just wanted to help me, not because. So if you don't just want to help, then don't do it. But if you are someone who does enjoy having those kind of responsibilities, and you enjoy leadership, essentially, you enjoy just wanting to add value to people's lives, and you enjoy adding value to people's lives, then I strongly suggest that you do it, and you put everything else to the side. Put all the ego, all the this, all of that. And even the questions of expertise, this and that, just genuinely be like, listen, I'll try. If you don't know how to do something, just genuinely, hey, I'll try. I don't know how to do this thing, but I will give it like a fair shake. I'll give it a fair attempt, and if I can't do it, then we will both make the decision to call someone that is actually an authority figure within this space. You get what I'm trying? Like, it's very, and these are things that I'm literally, everything that I'm saying right now are things that I've done today, and things that I'm constantly putting on my plate, and making sure they get done, and showing up for people, this, that, and the third. And so for me, it's more than just thinking about it. It's more than talking about it. It's actually being there, because again, you're constantly campaigning for self, and you're constantly wanting to show up as that self for as many people as you possibly can. Especially for me, because I enjoy it. um, I enjoy it, and it is leadership to me. But I don't do it for praise. I don't do it for accolades. I don't do it to be recognized in any way, shape, or form. I will say it would be disingenuous of me to say that I don't enjoy those things. I do, but I understand very well that the price of leadership is responsibility. The price of being depended on for things is having a lot of things on your plate, and is being, um I don't want to use the word responsible again, but you're essentially responsible for people's things, and they didn't ask you to do it, nor they were gonna reward you for doing it, but you do it because you feel that it is something that needs to get done, that you can do and you would like to do. You get what I'm trying to say? So that's to touch on leadership briefly. We talked about money. These are just things that are top of mind for me. We talked about the time exchange, and that mentality of that sheer indefatigability, which is going to come into play. It's going to come into mind. This is literally something that I wrote as I was, doing those tours, knowing that I'm going to have to come out here, do this recording, get some schoolwork. Like, just I'm going to just have to get in back into that bag, back into that mode where I just destroy, where you can't defeat me. You can't even compete against me. How could you? You don't love it. That's why you can't compete against me. Not because I'm anything special. No, you just don't love doing what we're doing. And so I'll give you in the leadership example, right? In terms of the way that I define it, which is a servant to the people, which is actually just giving things to people. If you don't love doing it, then eventually you'll be like, all right, okay, I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for you donuts this entire time and I need something back. Versus me, I'm still gonna be just giving. Do I? If I have it, I'll give it. Yeah, I'll give it. What do you want? Oh, I don't have it right now, but if I did have it, you'd know, because it would be yours, and you know that, and your reputation will even precede you, and they'll know when you say, "Hey, yo, I actually don't." They'll know that you mean it because you give. You're a giver. You know that's just what you do. And so, if you don't love it, don't compete in it. If you wouldn't die for it, don't live for it. Those are pretty much the gist of today. Stay in the cut, stay humble, stay working, uh, chop wood, carry water, meaning do the boring work, um, and realize that the boring work. I call it the boring work because it's not exciting, it's not fancy, it's not flashy lights. Like it's a freaking notepad. It's a notepad. It's writing down notes. It's checking the assignment, reading through the assignment details, the rubric. It's actually just loving the craft and spending your extra time that you could be spending doing other stuff on the craft. And yes, there are those times where you do make those trade-offs, but I think first of all to be conscious and aware that you're making those trade-offs. I like me, bro. Listen, scroll as much through TikTok as you like. But realize as you're scrolling through TikTok, damn, I could be using this time to actually do something that would change my life forever. Tick, tick. You'll find it there. You'll find that it's one, two, you realize it, you turn TikTok off. That's what happens for me. Even if I am looking for example, now I kind of operationalized it in a way, meaning I do kind of will be like on TikTok, or I'll be on Instagram Reels, or I'll be on whatever, and I'm looking for those three pieces of business content that I have to post every day. So after I find those three, I literally will be there and think to myself, damn, I have no reason to be here. And so I do go on, I think it's Facebook Reels, and I send a couple of those sometimes. Like when I'm a lot less busy than I am now, I will just scroll a couple of times and just send a couple of reels to the homies that are just hilarious to me, because I'm a comedy fan. I watch stand-up comedy. So guys, I'm not saying we're not human and we don't enjoy ourselves and we don't enjoy our time, but it is realizing that all we have is time, and we vote with our time and with our wallets what it is that we care about. And so be perspicacious in the endeavors that you love, and be indefatigable, and your victory is guaranteed. You will be a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. I'll end with a quote by Marcus Aurelius: "If it is humanly possible, consider it within your reach." I'm Sage. If you love the content, or even if you just like it, bro, please do hit that subscribe button. It's very encouraging to me. We do have goals that we're trying to hit. And thank you for watching. I have been Sage, signing out.